Hello, everyone. I'm Ralph Peterson, and welcome to the Housekeepers podcast. This is something that has been in the making, in the discussion for an awful long time. And so I am so super excited to be coming on here and announcing the big plan for the Housekeepers podcast, for the revamping of the Housekeepers podcast. This show actually started a long time ago. We started doing the Housekeepers podcast, my buddy Adam Duke and I, about 2007, 2008. We did it a long time ago. And at the time, we had a really fun time. It was quite an error for us because it was just all about talking about housekeeping operations. And we would have on housekeeping managers, most of whom were working with us, housekeeping managers who worked with us. And then we stopped doing it after about 5 or 6 years. And we've been talking about bringing it back for a long time. And I'm so happy and so excited to be bringing back the Housekeepers podcast now on a regular basis, on a weekly basis. We are going to be launching the Housekeepers podcast. We actually already started. We started it last week with a housekeeping manager named Corey Johnson, who's really a fantastic guy, fantastic housekeeping manager, works for a great group in housekeeping. In long-term care, but in housekeeping. What I'm most excited about, what I'm really excited about is when we were doing the Housekeepers podcast back in 2006, 2007, there was very little video. There was absolutely no video conference calling. And so our reach, and all podcasts at the time we were doing in person. So there was no over the phone podcast being done. Certainly not we couldn't do it. And so we had to either get you to travel to us or we had to travel to you. And that really restricted the people who would come on the show, people we had available for the show. And now here it is in 2021. And I am so excited to be sharing how many people have already signed up. I can't tell you how many people have already said yes. They want to be on the Housekeepers podcast in the industries that they are in. So to be fair, we are a cleaning company. So the Housekeepers podcast is a podcast for cleaning professionals, people in the cleaning industry, janitorial services, housekeeping services, cleaning facilities, office buildings, airplanes, cruise lines, daycares, you name it. We have somebody coming up in a couple of weeks named Andrew, and he cleans. He actually does emergency like disaster cleaning. So when there's really bad things happen to good people, presumably, he goes in and cleans up those kinds of messes. And I can't wait to have him on the show and talk to him about what it's like I'm sure he's got some great stories, right? Some great is probably not the right word, but you know what I mean? Like interesting stories and fun stories and staffing stories. And that's what's so great about the revamping of the Housekeepers podcast is the caliber of guests, the amount of people that are going to be coming on. And so join me if you work in the cleaning industry, if you're in the housekeeping industry, janitorial, maintenance industry, this podcast is for you. This is all going to be about operations. So housekeeping operations, sharing battle stories, sharing war stories out there in the field of housekeeping. There will be some toilets humor going on, of course, because that's the Housekeepers podcast was all based around toilet humor, so that was our initial, that's fun. We liked it. It's always been a good time for us. So we're very excited. And I also want to put a call out there because a lot of you who follow me on Facebook and on LinkedIn and Instagram and YouTube were already guests on my show years ago. And so I want to invite you to come back. I want to put the word out there. If you know a cleaning professional, a cleaning business owner, a housekeeping manager, a facilities manager, somebody who wants to come on the radio show, come on the podcast and share their war stories, share what's going on with them. Maybe we can try to figure out what their operational status is and how to help in any way. As you know, many of you know, if you don't know, I'll tell you, I am an educator. So I provide housekeeping management services as far as the training goes. So I train housekeeping managers on effective housekeeping on the operation side, housekeeping, laundry, facility maintenance, that kind of thing. So I'm in the education space when it comes to housekeeping in the cleaning industry. And so I'm super excited to be learning from all these operators who are in the field. Not that I'm not in the field. I've been in the field for a long time. How dare you? I'm not just over here teaching, I'm doing, baby. Anyway, so if you know anybody who wants to be on the show or is interested in being a guest on a housekeeping podcast, I say DM me. Send me a link on a message on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram, wherever you're listening. Go ahead and just send me a link. Or you can send me an email at info@Ralph Peterson, and we will hook up and see if we can get you on the show. But that's it. I just wanted to come on and announce once again that the Housekeepers podcast is back. We are live. We are going to be doing it on a regular basis. We are looking for amazing guests. And even if you're only an okay guest, we might take you. It depends on what kind of a drought we're in. This week on Wednesday night, we're going to be talking to a guy named Marcus, who is you're going to want to see this interview because this guy reminds me a lot of me, which means he's fantastic. No, he's going to be really great. He's in the cleaning business as well. I believe he works in long-term care, which is the same industry I work in. And so I'm sure we have a lot of similarities. He's a real good guy. So don't miss it. 4 p.m. on Wednesday, Cinco de Mayo. Spend an hour with the housekeepers. Listen, drink your beer. I was going to say green beer. That's St. Patrick's Day. There's no green beer on Cinco de Mayo. Whatever the Cinco de Mayo holiday is, and I should probably know exactly what it is, but I'm not quite remembering. What's Cinco de Mayo? Does anybody know? What's Cinco de Mayo? Other than May 5th, what's the big deal? I don't know. Probably should know that. Anyway, Marcus is going to be on Wednesday, and it's going to be really fantastic. Next week, this guy named Andrew is going to be on again. He's does disaster. Tyrone, not Marcus. I apologize. Tyrone, not Marcus. Good Lord. Thank you, India. Tyrone. Tyrone's going to be fantastic. Tyrone. Marcus is a different guest. Tyrone is going to be on the podcast this week. He's going to be really fantastic and a lot of fun. So that's it. Otherwise, stay in touch with us. Please follow, like, join, subscribe, share. I don't know. Tell your friends. Whatever it is you need to do to help get the word out that the Housekeepers podcast is back, baby. Can't wait to see everybody. Talk soon. Let me know what you think.